I'm Cooper Sanchez. I am a gardener under contract for historic Oakland Cemetery. I maintain all of the restored areas at Oakland with my crew, and we're going to do a small demonstration on how to plant a tree. So this is a small 3-gallon shoe-mart oak that we're going to put in this location. It's a dormant tree. It's a really good time to be planting trees. Tree is essentially asleep, so we're going to put it in the ground, and it'll be watered in nicely, and it'll have a good location, so when spring rolls around it'll wake up and take off. If the basic rule of thumb is you dig a hole twice the size of the root ball, and we've had a lot of rain recently, so the soil is good and loose and wet. Really, you want to get the tree to sit, the bottom of the root ball needs to sit at the bottom of the hole almost level with the ground, the surface of the ground. So you don't want it too deep and you don't want it too high. So again, pretty easy. You just dig your hole. You may have to reposition it a few times, but if it sits too low, it's gonna, with time as it settles, it's gonna drop further. So you have to sort of allow for settling a little bit here and there. We're just filling in this hole with water. We have really hot summers in Georgia, and a lot of these trees are far afield and we can't get to them all the time. So it's really important that they get watered in really well the first time when they go in. So we're going to fill this hole with water, let it drain out, put the tree back in place, and then water it again, fill it in, so we get a really good drink on the day it goes in. This is a really small tree, and it's not absolutely necessary, but a good rule of thumb is to rough up the roots, get them sort of loosened up since they've been pot bound in the greenhouse for a while. So I typically like to just, not too much, but just sort of loosen the roots a little bit before we put it in our hole. So the water hasn't completely drained out, but we're going to go ahead and put the tree in its new home. We're going to add a little bit more water to it before we backfill it, or after we backfill it, doesn't really matter. And here you want to get the position right towards the sun, make sure it's growing the direction you want it and not into a monument or something close by. So we just sort of position it, I guess, best side towards you. We have our tree in place, and a good thing to do after you have it right where you want it, this is a really small tree and there's not a whole lot of dirt left over, but what I like to do is pack it in with my foot and build a little berm or saucer around the drip line or root ball. We have our little tree in place. You want to baby it the first year, make sure it gets plenty of water, check on it a lot. We don't give them any high nitrogen fertilizer the first year because the tree could grow too fast, faster than the roots can keep up with. With a lot of larger trees, we may keep them staked, but I typically, with a tree this size, we're not in danger of having it blow over in the wind or anything like that, so I will take a stake off a little tree like this. Just one less thing to have to come back and worry about so much, and it won't choke. So Arbor Day in Georgia is celebrated in mid-February. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you sometime soon.